So in today's video, I am going to be previewing Harrogate Town versus Bradford City. Then in the second part of today's video, I'm going to be bringing you guys my Game Week 11 League 2 score predictions. If you do go on to enjoy, please make sure to drop a like on there for me. If you could try and hit 70 likes on today's video, that'd be massively appreciated. Subscribe if you are new as well. We are now on the road to 7,000 subscribers. So please make sure you are subscribed if you haven't already with that post notification bell on. It's free to do so and it does massively help out. Get your score predictions as well as your starting 11 down in the comment section down below. It's going to be another very tough game. We haven't beaten Harrogate since they have been promoted into the Football League. I think we've lost our last 4 league games against them. So hopefully we can finally turn it around and get a win. It's my first league game going to Harrogate as well. I've not gone for the past couple of seasons, obviously because of COVID. And last year I had the ticket malfunctioning thing on their website, so I simply couldn't purchase any tickets. We lost 2-0. I went and watched Man City beat Fulham 4-1. So don't really think I lost out all too much on that one. But make sure you drop a like on today's video. Subscribe if you are new as well, and let's get into it. Also, before I go any further, if you're interested in like a Bradford City career mode, I'm going to be starting that over on my second channel. The links to that is down in the description down below, so make sure you are subscribed to that if you haven't already. But getting on to the match preview then, my team Bradford City currently sits 7th in the Sky Bet League 2 table. After 10 games, we've got 5 wins, 3 draws, 2 defeats, 16 goals scored, only 9 goals conceded as well, which leaves us on a positive 7 goal difference, the joint 3rd best in the league. 18 points. Our last couple of games then have been a draw, a win, and a draw. I lost count of how many times I said win that. It feels weird as winning so many matches recently. But our last couple of matches then have been a 2-2 draw at home to Afc Wimbledon. Obviously, Vidane Oliver scored his first goal for the club in the 95th minute to make sure our unbeaten record at home stays the same. Before that, we had a 3-0 win at home to Stevenage. Brad Halliday getting sent off in that game. Was only a second yellow, so he will be back available for this game from suspension. We also had a 2-1 win away at Tranmere Rovers, a 2-1 win at home to Walsall, a 3-1 win at home to Sheffield Wednesday in the Football League Trophy, and then just before that we had a 0-0 draw at home to Crewe Alexandra. That then compared it to Harrogate Town, though they're currently sat 19th in the Sky Bet League 2 table. After 10 games they've only got 2 wins, 2 draws, 6 defeats, 6 goals scored, 12 goals conceded, leaving them on a minus 6 goal difference and 8 points. The last couple of games then have been a loss, a draw, a loss, and a loss, so really not a good form at the moment. Them last couple of games then being a 1-0 defeat away to Stevenage, a 0-0 draw away to Stockport, a 1-0 defeat at home to Salford City, a 2-1 defeat away to Sutton United. Harrogate going down to 10 men in that game, George Horbury getting sent off in that one. Before that one, they also had a 2-0 defeat away to Hartlepool United in the Football League Trophy, and then they also had a 4-0 hammering at home to Newport, so not been a great start to the season. Now we're going to speak about the team though that I would go with if I was Mark Hughes. So I've actually gone with quite a few changes, to be honest with you, from the Wimbledon game. I don't think we've been playing well recently, but we have just been getting results and we've been getting wins, and that is the most important thing. I would line up in a 4-2-3-1 formation. That is our go-to formation this season. I'd obviously go Harry Lewis in goal. Don't think he could have really done anything about the 2 goals we conceded against AFC Wimbledon. Maybe, you know, you could argue with the free kick, he's not set the wall up properly, but the wall for some reason doesn't jump, and I don't really get that. The first goal, I thought, you know, he makes a great save originally, and none of the defenders help him out and follow it in, apart from obviously the 3 AFC Wimbledon players who are all waiting there to tap it in, so it's poor from defence from that point of view. But Lewis has been unbelievable so far this season. Right back, I've gone with Brad Halliday. I can't say I was impressed with Luke Hendrick whatsoever. Just looked really shaky, was a bit sloppy defensively, picked up a stupid yellow card. For me personally, I just think Brad Halliday is slightly better. It's 2 centre-backs. Firstly, Matty Platt, I think, like I've said in the last couple of match previews, as each game goes by, he's getting better and better. He wasn't at fault for any of the goals that we have conceded. I'm pretty sure he's played every minute so far in the league. I think he's been unbelievable, and he's just getting better game by game. Partnering him, I'd personally bring back Romney Critchlow. Critchell's last few games pre-injury, I don't think he was the greatest, and I was calling for Odesina to come in. Having seen Odesina in the 2 games, he just looks a little bit shaky and a little bit nervous on the ball at times, and he's a little bit rash in some of his decision makings. I think Critchell's a little bit calmer on the ball, and we're also best friends now, so I'd go with Critchell to start there. Left back, I'd go with Matty Falls. I think Liam Rideout should be available from injury, but he doesn't make my matchday squad. I just personally think Falls is better, especially going forward when you're playing against a team who lack confidence in front of goal, like what Harrogate do. I don't think you need somebody who's really good at defending. I don't think there's too much in them defensively, but offensively, I just personally think Folds is better. Moving into the 2 holding midfielders then, like I've said previously, when these 2 are fit, I think they are going to play. Obviously, Richie Smallwood, and obviously I would partner him with Alex Gilliard. I just personally feel that they got bullied a little bit by AFC Wimbledon, and that could maybe be something that other teams look to target, is putting 3 men in there or just 2 bigger lads in there and we get bullied a little bit because they're not the strongest. You know, they're very good on the ball. Smallwood loves to get stuck in, but he's not the tallest, he's not the stockiest, and we did get bullied a little bit by players like Harry Pell. I thought Magoma from AFC Wimbledon was absolutely fantastic. I think they are our 2 best central midfielders though, so depending on what formation Harrogate play, you probably do go with them too. Moving into the front 3 then, behind the striker, on the right hand side, I've gone with Harry Chapman. To fit in the other 2 players, you kind of have to put Chapman on the right. I think he's so much better as a winger than as a number 10. We saw that in the game against AFC Wimbledon. That was probably one of his best performances so far, and it's because you're playing him in his natural position. I would have liked to have put him on the left wing, but I don't really think the left winger can play on the right hand side. I mean, potentially, but for me personally, I've gone with Chapman on the right. We saw him play on the right hand side against Derby in pre-season. He did look very good. In that number 10 position then, I've gone with Lee Angle. Now, he hasn't actually made my matchday squads for the last couple of weeks, but he came on off the bench against Wimbledon, and I think he looks really good. Attacking midfielder could be a really good position for Lee Angle because he's been playing Chapman in the middle and Angle on the left over the last, well, for the first few games of the season, when as a number 10, you need to be good at passing, and as a winger, you need to be good at dribbling, or that's, the main focus, whereas Angle's better at passing and Chapman's better at dribbling, so I feel like Hughes maybe got it slightly wrong there by playing players out of position. I think Angle as a number 10, just off of the striker, I think could work really well. I think he holds the ball up very well, he's good at, retaining possession. Granted, he's not the best finisher in front of goal, which is why he's not starting over Andy Cook or Vidane Oliver at the moment, but for me personally, I like to see Lee Angle as that attacking midfielder. On the left wing, I completely forgot about him when I was building my squad until I was looking at the players who would be missing out, and I was like, oh wait, I've completely missed out Tyrick Wright. He was unbelievable in that game against Stevenage. He obviously didn't play against AFC Wimbledon because he was away with Ireland's under-21s, and I think they won their first game. I think Wright got the assist for that, and then in the second game, I think they lost on penalties. Wright actually missed the penalty in that one, but I thought Pereira was really poor against Wimbledon. I've not seen enough from him so far this season. Scott Banks, while he did score a nice goal against AFC Wimbledon, I don't think his overall performance really did all too much. So for me personally, I'd like to see that front 3 in behind Vidane Oliver. Now, that's the first time this season really that I can remember, apart from maybe the first 2 games, where I've said Vidane Oliver should start. Now, don't get me wrong, Andy Cook has been in the form of his life, but I think it would be harsh not to play Vidane Oliver. Oliver scored the last game, whereas Andy Cook didn't. I know it's not just based on that. Cook's played a lot of games recently, and we don't want to burn him out like what we did last season, so maybe a rest for him every now and again is not the end of the world, especially when Vidane Oliver's probably earned it. He's rescued us a point in the last game when we were absolutely awful. I don't think Cook played bad in the last game whatsoever because he had absolutely no service. Whether you play Oliver or Andy Cook, I have no problem with that whatsoever. I just think maybe give Oliver a chance, and you rest Andy Cook a little bit. If it's not working if he's not working at half time, then maybe you bring Andy Cook on and you go 2 up front. We'll just have to wait and see really what Hughes does pick. But that's my team. On the bench then for me, that I'd leave Colin Doyle, Jan Songo, Levi Sutton, Dion Pereira, Scott Banks, Kian Harrah and Andy Cook, which means the players who miss out would be Heath Richardson, Joe O'Shaughnessy, Luke Hendry, Timmy Odesina, Liam Rydell, Ryan East, Emmanuel Osadibe, Jamie Walker, both of them now back off crutches, which is great to see, Jake Young and Aboisa. Now then, let's move into my game week 12 League 2 score predictions. Starting out then with the early kickoff, Harrogate Town versus Bradford City. Every time I predict a positive result for the Bantams, we always don't get one, and every time I predict a negative result, we always seem to get a positive one, so I'm going to go with Harrogate Town 2, Bradford City 1. Moving into AFC Wimbledon versus Colchester United, I'm going to back the home side for a 2-0 win in that game. Carlisle United versus Crewe Alexandra, I'm going to go with a 1-1 draw. Crawley Town versus Stevenage FC, I'm going to go with a 2-0 away win for Stevenage. Gillingham FC versus Sutton United, I'm going to go with a 1-1 draw. Leyton Orient versus Newport County, I'm going to go with a 3-1 home win for Orient. Orient have been on fire so far this season. Fair play to Richie Wellens because he's got his side playing some phenomenal stuff at the moment. Rochdale AFC versus Doncaster Rovers, I'm going to go with a 2-1 away win, for Doncaster. Salford City versus Grimsby Town, I'm going to go with a 3-0 home win for Salford. Stockport County versus Walsall FC, I'm going to go with a 1-1 draw. Swindon Town versus Northampton Town, I'm actually going to back the home side here for a 2-1 home win. And then Tranmere Rovers versus Barrow AFC, I'm going to back the away side for a 2-1 away win in that one. But that is where I'm going to leave it for today's video. If you have enjoyed, please make sure to drop a like on there for me. If you could try and hit 70 likes, as I said at the start of today's video, that'd be absolutely class. Subscribe if you are new as well. We are now on the road to 7,000 subscribers, so please make sure you are subscribed. If you haven't already, with that post notification bell on, it's free to do so and it does massively help out. Get your score predictions as well as your starting 11 as well down in the comment section down below. Thank you very much for watching. Shout out to our current tier 3 channel member, BDavies211. Make sure to subscribe to my second channel as well to check out the Bradford City career mode. Have a great rest of your day though, and I shall see you all probably Friday for another video. Peace.